Tony, trip across the Tasman, got to get the passports out. I guess I'll ask, is anybody not making the trip with you?
Well, everyone's fit and available for selection, so that's crucial to us, and we're pleased about that. And we've got a training session today and tomorrow to finalise those details, but everyone's in good shape.
Obviously now without three of your Olyroos as well, Ryan was the only one that started on the weekend, so I guess primarily I'll ask how you go about replacing him first of all.
Well, we have some options. We have obviously Rowley, young Fabian Monge comes back in. He's back from injury and played in the NPL on the weekend. We've got Brox here, we've got Connor, we've got some good options that can play in there, and they've all been training well and preparing well and waiting for their opportunity.
I suppose a player like Rowley, obviously he's a very good player, but he's also a very different player than Ryan. When you've got his attributes in there in the midfield with Brimmer and Zizzle as well, how would you go about inserting someone like him into that mix?
Well, it works. Whenever we've put him on, regardless of who he's come on for, he gives you that control in midfield and always wants the ball. He's always on the ball, so it allows you to keep good possession. And he's a player that loves to shoot, so he adds something outside the box which you don't see often from midfielders, and that's a clear attribute that he has.
His last trip to New Zealand's 95th minute penalty game got away from you. I guess, what do you need to do this time to get the 3 points against a good Wellington team?
Well, we have to at least match the performance. They're up there for a reason because they're doing extremely well and getting the results they require. And at home, they're very strong. And as that game showed, they came back in the last moment against us. But we played well that day. That will be a minimum requirement again. We need to play well. We need to back up this performance against Melbourne City. Try and add a little bit more. Obviously away from home will be tough, but an exciting game.
Coming up against a side who's so well disciplined like Wellington, they have their roles and they do them well. Is it, I guess, good to play them this late in the season, given that you've got 20 plus weeks of film that you can break down and try to find their weaknesses, as opposed to early on when under Giancarlo Italiano they're a bit of a mystery?
Look, there's yes and no in that question. We all know each other quite well. They have clear strengths. They defend very well as a team, and when they transition forward, they're extremely dangerous, and they punish you for any errors that you make. But we probably have to show a good degree of patience, but we need to make sure that we're positioned well, that we don't allow easy opportunities for them to break on us. We've had that recently when we played Perth here, a team that's very well disciplined, sits deep and dangerous on the break. Wellington is similar. The way they defend, they probably do it better than anyone in the league. So we're aware of that, but we're focusing on improving again on the ball, and if we do that, I'm sure that we can create the opportunities that we need.
Improving on the ball and building on the derby. What are some of the key areas of the derby that you liked, which you'd like to build on this time around?
I think obviously the final third, the last pass, that decision, a bit more composure in the box. We don't know whether we'll get the same amount of chances against Wellington as we got against Melbourne City, so we have to be clinical in those opportunities and maintain the resilience, maintain the character which we had to show in the derby after going a goal down, and we had to be tough at the end of the game. So they're things you need to build on, and we definitely need that in Wellington.
Mathematically, a finals place is sealed for your side, Niall, but looking at this game, Wellington and the Mariners out in front, you try and track them down. Is this a 6-pointer when it comes to the premiership race for your side?
Look, I think it's 3 points, and we can close the gap on Wellington, and we have to have that mindset that we have a chance to win a third consecutive game. We haven't done that this year. We have a huge challenge, but an exciting one. We're in good form against the top side, and we want to win the game and close the gap, and that's the goal.
I don't talk about processing to get the 3 points, but Bruno, he's a striker, they're a different breed, and he's neck and neck with Adam Taggart in the race for the Golden Boot. Is that providing him with an added bit of motivation as well to get that Golden Boot?
I haven't asked him, but knowing him, I'm sure it has, and sure it does, and it should. He's a goal scorer. He's You can see how clearly passionate he is to play the game and play his role for the team. He deserves everything he's done so far. I still believe there's more to come, and more goals are certainly possible and hopefully imminent, and it's starting on Friday. And that's an exciting challenge personally for him, but knowing him as well as I do, all he'll be thinking about is how do I contribute to team success, how do I contribute to us winning, and if that means that he can get a goal, then I think everyone will be happy.